Okay, listen. Oprah Winfrey, yes, the Oprah, just flipped Meghan Markle's whole world upside down with one shady, sneaky little comment. You know Oprah doesn't say things by accident, right? Every smirk, every breath, every pause, it's all planned. So when she casually dropped the phrase Sussex sex on a podcast, the world paused. It wasn't a slip-up, it was shade. Prime time, silky soft, but razor-sharp Oprah shade. She was sitting there, vibing with Kelly Ripa on her podcast Let's Talk Off Camera. The convo, harmless, light, nothing deep. Then suddenly Kelly goes, "Would you like baby chicks as a gift?" I know, what? But Oprah, unbothered as ever, leans in and goes, "I'd run them straight over to the Sussex sex." Boom, she dragged that last word like she was smacking a fly with it. The room, dying of laughter. Oprah, laughing too. Kelly tried to move on, but girl, the internet did not. Twitter, TikTok, Reels, flooded. That one moment was replayed again and again, not just because it was funny, but because of that look in Oprah's eye. You know the look, that little glint that says, "I meant what I said." See, Meghan's entire post-palace brand is tied to that Sussex title. She's turned it into her identity, her merch, her bios. Every single thing screams, "I'm the Duchess of Sussex." And don't you dare forget the Duchess part. She corrects people. It's not Meghan Markle, it's Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. For her, it's the golden thread tying royal glam to Hollywood power. So when Oprah, the same woman who once handed Meghan and Harry that massive, emotional 2021 sit-down, decides to turn the Sussex name into a punchline, that's not a mistake, that's a public takedown. And Meghan, absolutely fuming. Sources say she wasn't just annoyed, she was livid, because if it had been anyone else, maybe she could shrug it off. But Oprah, the one who used to treat her like royalty without a castle? That betrayal hits deep. Apparently, Meghan tried to reach out through mutual contacts, hoping maybe Oprah would say, "Oops, my bad." But nope, all she got was radio silence. And in Hollywood, silence is never innocent. It's not neutral, it's a message. When Oprah goes quiet, everybody listens. And suddenly, the entire Meghan Markle brand starts to wobble. Meghan's team went into full-blown panic mode, crisis calls left and right. PR experts, image managers, all scrambling. Was this just a joke? Or was Oprah setting the tone for how the rest of the industry should start treating Meghan? Spoiler alert, it felt planned. And worse, it felt like a green light for other celebs to start poking too. Within hours, the late-night hosts pounced, soft jabs, a cheeky punchline here, a harmless comment there. It was like Hollywood collectively said, well, Meghan's fair game now. The protective media bubble that once guarded her, gone, popped. And let's talk about the fans. Usually die-hard defenders. Even they started cracking. Reddit threads turned into debates. Has the Duchess act gone stale? Instagram accounts once full of glowing affirmations, dead quiet, and TikTok, brutal. People were editing that Sussex sex clip alongside old footage of Meghan correcting how people say her name, with mocking voiceovers, full-on roast mode. Meghan reportedly started obsessing over the online chatter, desperately looking for support. But you know what she found? Silence. No comments from the Obamas, no nod from Beyonce, not even a whisper from Tyler Perry, the guy who literally gave her a place to stay when she fled the UK. That silence, that's Hollywood's version of "we're done." Even at home, things aren't great. Harry's embarrassed, not just by Oprah's comment, but by what it means. The slow crumble of everything they've built. Let's be real. Harry never cared about titles the way Meghan did. That was her arena, and now, word is, he's looking for an exit, not from her, yet, but from the mess. He's reportedly been reaching out to the royal fam again, talking about attending more UK events, solo, just enough to remind people who he was before all this. Meanwhile, Meghan's stuck. The title that once opened every door, it's becoming a meme. Duchess of Sussex used to sound classy. Now it's a punchline, a trending clip, a moment of viral mockery thanks to Oprah's velvet-gloved dig. And here's the Hollywood truth. Once people laugh at your brand, the game is over. Projects stall, meetings dry up, texts stop coming back. That icon label? Poof! Her team sees it. They're panicking because they know this isn't about one word. It's about exposure. Meghan's brand has become fragile, tied to a title, to carefully curated content, to a victim narrative that the public just isn't buying anymore. Even her big-name projects? Falling flat? Spotify? Done? Netflix shows? Meh. Her new jam line? Yes, jam. A total flop. It's not the jam's fault. It's the vibe. It reeks of desperation. So Oprah's little comment, it wasn't a jab, it was a signal, a subtle way of saying we're done pretending. And that kind of mockery, it doesn't come from hate, it comes from indifference. The worst kind of Hollywood rejection. Meghan still has choices, but they're running out. She can't keep crying victim from a $15 million mansion. People want real, not trauma as content. The only way out now? Reinvention, let it go, the titles, the control, the curated narrative. Meghan has never shown the world the raw, unfiltered her, but if she doesn't start now, the silence she's hearing today, it'll become permanent. Meanwhile, Harry is playing it smart, reconnecting with veterans, planning a soft return to royal life, showing up solo, not officially rejoining the firm, but reminding the world who he used to be. And if that comeback lands, where does that leave Meghan? With a title she clung to, and a brand nobody's buying, because in Hollywood, they don't take your crown, they just stop looking your way. So now the question everyone's whispering behind closed doors, is Meghan over? In Hollywood, no one ever says it out loud. They don't post statements or stage interventions, they just stop showing up. Your name stops appearing on guest lists. Publicists don't pitch you. Producers move on to shinier stars. And worse, the ones who once sang your praises, they pretend they never even knew you. And you can feel it, that chill. People say Meghan can bounce back, but here's the problem. She built her whole new life around control, around managing the narrative. Every word she's spoken, every photo she's posted, every interview she's given, choreographed. That kind of hyper-curation, it doesn't age well, especially not in 2025 when audiences can smell fakery from a mile away. People don't want royalty wrapped in PR spin anymore. They want vulnerability. They want authenticity. They want stars who show the mess, not just the highlights. And let's be honest, Meghan's public image hasn't evolved. It's just repeated itself. Same victim story, same palace drama, same look how far we've come quotes in designer gowns. And now the script's stale. She's become a rerun, and reruns don't trend. Now her team's reportedly floating ideas. Rebrands, new angles, more relatable projects, maybe a docu-series about parenting, a book about finding self-worth beyond titles. Yes, seriously? But the energy behind it all? It's not power, it's panic. The very thing Meghan thought gave her strength, the title, the polish, the palace to Hollywood arc, is now the baggage that's dragging her down. And what about Harry? Sources say he's tired. Not just tired of the press, but tired of defending the narrative, tired of being lumped into the drama. He's starting to pull back. More charity work, quiet UK visits, conversations with royal aides, and not for headlines, but for survival. Because Harry knows, the longer he clings to the sinking Sussex ship, the harder it'll be for him to reclaim any piece of his old image. So while Meghan's team tries to revive a dying brand, Harry's sneaking toward a soft re-entry into public grace. That alone tells you everything. Here's the harshest reality of all. In Hollywood, you don't need to be hated to be ruined. You just need to become irrelevant. And right now, Meghan is teetering on that edge. She's not being canceled. No one's launching full-blown smear campaigns. The headlines aren't venomous. They're just fewer. The jokes are subtle. The fans are quieter. The interviews are drier. The offers are lighter, the buzz is fading. And fading? That's fatal. The industry doesn't wait around for a comeback unless there's genuine evolution. And evolution means vulnerability. Meghan's never shown that. Real vulnerability, not curated tears or scripted trauma. So what's left? She can't keep doing what she's been doing. That model is broken. The Duchess narrative has an expiration date, and Oprah just stamped it. Publicly, with a grin. If Meghan wants to turn this around, she needs to go somewhere she's never gone before. Reality. No more palaces, no more title correcting, no more lofty declarations about speaking your truth from a designer balcony. She has to become relatable again, grounded, flawed, or disappear entirely. Here's the thing, Meghan still has power. She still has visibility, a huge platform, but power means nothing if the audience has stopped clapping. And right now, the applause is thinning. She has one last shot, but she has to move fast. Rebrand with honesty, show mess, share real struggle, laugh at herself, talk like a human, not a headline. Ditch the title, own the fall, rewrite the story. Because right now, she's not the villain. She's not the hero either. She's dangerously close to becoming nothing at all in the eyes of an industry that only looks forward. And Hollywood, it's already turning the page. So, Meghan, if you're listening, take the hint. Because when Oprah, your Oprah, starts laughing at the name you built your empire on, it means the world's already moved on. World's already